Joey, this shit here, man. Joey, this shit here, man.
It's good, Chico. What's up, everybody? Back with another video. Wanted to go live today. I'm gonna have to cut it short because I gotta take care of something. But figured I'd go live real quick. And shout out to you guys. Hope all is well. Everybody's staying warm. It's super cold, freezing. More snow in the Buffalo area. Right at where Bill's Stadium is, guys. 1 second. Sorry about that. Right at Bill's Stadium. You know, it's more feet of snow coming. And makes me wonder, okay? I'm just being a theorist for a minute. What's good, Kenny? And I'm wondering if maybe this is a weather manipulation. Um, stupid as it sounds, for the Buffalo Bills Stadium. They can get climate change relief money to put a dome on their stadium because people's lives are going to be risked, going out during a snow emergency to clear snow and all that other stuff for a football game. So I'm just saying, if you hear about it, hey, you know, or they just might seize the opportunity to get money from the state, um, you know, to put a dome on it. Because that is one of the most snowiest areas in American in America as far as where the football stadiums are. So I'm just saying, but that'd be funny. And then all of a sudden it doesn't snow feet upon feet upon feet, that same area, perfect. It's like direct hit right where the stadium is, you know. So that's just me. All right, guys, give me 1 minute as we bring it in and go off the topic of this video. Is Jesus going to save us, or is Jesus in the Bible going to save us, or is knowledge and enlightenment going to save us? All right. Which, if you dig underneath all the things the Bible was built off of, that is in there. Enlightenment is in there. The story of Jesus, he's the anointed, the enlightened one. The oil, which we all have this oil that is blocked from GMOs, visual, our visual, our eyes actually don't send a signal to release that anointed oil that comes out of the, your glands, that leaks into your arachnoid, right? Which was why Jesus wore the vine around his head. People don't understand why he has a vine, but we're going to talk more about that. I mean, we can go way deep, and understanding where this magical cure that they've been pushing around for the past 3 years is actually trying to break through. But we're not going to go into all that because we know, from doing research since this stuff started. Shout out to Mr. Wise. Wake up, it's 1984. We don't went deep into that. And that's where their science is trying to get into. It's trying to get into your cerebral spinal fluid, which is the essence of where your spirit is vibrating from. Where your spirit is flowing in your body, which ironically is shaped like the number 9, which is the mother number, the God number, the number that all numbers go into from 1 to 9. Remember, there is no zero. Zero is just empty space and time. Zero is matter, right? So, give me 1 second.
Tell me to sit here, man.
Okay, guys, we are Bizak. We are Bizak. Oh man. Again, what's good, Kimmy, Rap Sample, G Cole, whoever else is up on here, and whoever else is up on here later. Much love to y'all. And yeah, if anybody wants to join up, I could drop a link. I want to. We could talk about, because I've been talking to a lot of Christians lately and people that believe in the Bible on and off the internet. And, um, you know, it's let me see. It is it's pretty wild, man. But it's good because this is what we need, and people need to know. I mean, control, man, control. How we're being manipulated, have been manipulated, you know, and the, these these religions, right? Because of beliefs, keep people docile and lets the people that dangle out over control who obviously don't believe in any of this, and they have made people believe that it's Satan and they're Satanists. But I mean, this stuff goes so deep that I can't even fathom it. But people put it in a nutshell. Oh, it's Satan. It's the devil. It's the evildoers. It's Satan. It's they got this concept of something they never seen. They got a concept of something that was given to them. That thought was given to you. That's not your own thought. You can inherently feel evil, you know, or what you think evil is. I'm talking about evil. It's just danger. You know, you can be evil. You can be not evil. You know, what is evil? Is evil even evil? You go into all those different things. But I'm sticking on the topic. You know, um, because the psychopaths are running amok and showing their face, but people think it's the devil and correlating with this book, but it's not because these people never believed in that. They've never believed in that. These people are into something that is more deep than we could even understand. And that's what I try to get across, breaking the ice with people that believe in this book. Where does it come from? I mean, the book literally has a King James version. That doesn't even ring a bell in people's minds to understand who the hell King James was and how he got the power to have a King James version. You know, I mean, these things, it ain't like tomorrow I could write, there's not a Martin Luther King's version. I mean, who gives these people power to write a new Bible, you know, interpret a new book, put it in there, how did he get his name on it? Why isn't, Bill Gates' Bible? What is that might come out one day? I mean, people don't even question this stuff, you know. But what's gonna? People think that Jesus coming back is to save this country. Like this is the mindset of some people, not everybody, but there is people that think that they believe in the Bible and Christianity. And they said yes, God is gonna come. And when people say it's gonna save this country, I say, what about the rest of the world? What about all the countries that are in wars right now? Well, then they get the deer in the headlights because they can't correlate and correspond that thought into other people. You know, like who? Like, is this some? Is it? I mean, it's a racial belief. Then you got, and I'm because like they're going to save America. Yeah, in your eyes and your perception, Jesus is going to come back and save America. You know, even when people say save the world, I understand this, and I understand the mindsets of some people I talk to. And I gotta say, they're gonna save the world. What about the? Even if they say that, I'll say, what about the Muslim nations that are being destroyed and people are getting killed right now? And you should see the look change. That means they never perceived or thought that way. You know, they have their only little selfish belief of Jesus coming back and saving the world and ridding the world of this tyranny. Okay, what about all these other places? You know, you got to see, just look at the demeanor of people when you ask them that, because they never thought about it like that. And that's why it's important to talk to people to see, you know, psychology is very powerful, you know, and that's another, a lot of waking up, researching, understanding, knowledge. You got to know psychology, you know, you got to know the psychological aspects of a human being, right? You got to understand science. You got to understand the body, emotion, body movement, language, interpretations, you know, and you got to know other things that I can't put a word on what they are. You got to be able to take yourself outside of yourself and step on the side when you talk to somebody. That way, when you learn to do that, they call that the I am. Know that I am. That's the I am. I mean, this is in the Bible. Know that I am. You are everything and everything is you. When you know that, you can step outside of things. The other day, you guys know how many live streams have you guys seen me doing, and there was some kind of accident or some dramatic shit happens, and I'm right there in the middle of it. Many times, the other day I wasn't live, but I was literally sitting there in a car crash right in front of me. Again, always happens. And I get out, make sure everybody's okay. It was a girl and a guy. The guy caused the crash. Young girl, probably 18. Older guy, 50. It was his fault. But he's like, as soon as I go to the car, like, you okay? No, man, my back's like, oh, he's on the phone 911. Like, okay, you're on the phone 911. I don't got a call. I'm like, just for like, everything. I mean, you, you might be in pain, but you're not bleeding. You're not about to die. Your back, he said his back's in pain. He's just going ballistic. This fucking bitch just cut right. I'm like, okay, yeah, right, relax a little bit. And then she comes over and she's like, and then they start screaming at each other. And I have to say, look, guys, you guys already crashed. The accident already happened. You can't uncrash this. I said, just relax, man. I know, I get it. I understand. And they calmed right down. You know, they calmed right down. It's because I've been through this so much. I understand how people are going to react. So, I just check, make sure everything's okay. Because she was doing a beeline straight for his car. And I already went to his car, and, he was upset and trying to curse her out. Look, it don't matter. Y'all got insurance. Don't matter whose fault it is. It happened, you know? And this goes into understanding psychology, understanding human emotion, understanding people. So when you talk to people, you observe them, the demeanor. There's a conversation I have with people that I already know how it's going to go before I even start the damn conversation. And these are skills to have. These are skills that people need to have. That's why when people say, oh, I'm always in the house and on the internet, no, that's not going to cut it, man. Interacting with people in the moments of time, you could realize what time we're in and realize, like, man, we're in some dire situations when you talk to some people and you see people. You could have just observed a lot. I'm an observer. I sit back and I observe, and I chime in when needed and necessary. Almost lost the lid again. But shout out to Just Juice, you know, as always. But yeah, so again, um, talking to people, understanding, take your side outside of yourself so you can view both sides, you know? And these are things that take time to develop, but it's a skill. And you learn to read, you learn to understand, you understand, all this does is make it to where you become a arc, right? An arc, a bridge of communication. You're not a interference. You're not a static, meaning you're not, you're not going to create a friction, a static, and when you create that around yourself, you'll realize that more people come to you to actually have a conversation. More people want to talk to you. Like sometimes you even, you're like, man, why is this person talking to me? But then I get, I'm like, why is this person talking to me? Sometimes I gotta say, well, I understand, you know, this person is talking to me because you've opened your energy up to be that beacon and people can feel it. So they feel like they can just come talk to you about anything. I've literally strangers and I get a whole life story. And this all goes within our energy, right? Our bodies, our energies, what we emit, because we are an energetic being, we're a light being, you know. And trying to, and I talk like this sometimes. Some Christians, they're like, "Oh no, oh no," and I'm like, "It's in your own book." I mean, how could what I'm talking about be in the book, and you don't know about it, and you think I'm crazy? That don't even make sense, you know. Let me know if we're still live because I got a big fat zero. I'm live on 2 channels. I got a zero people watching. Um, Let me know. All right, rap samples were good. Thanks. All right, Mr. Magnetis. Thanks. It's good. So yeah, you know, and and this is where I'm at as far as you know. We got to bridge the gap between humanity, man, and religion is one of the main things that gets in the way of it. You know, it's one of the main things that gets in the way of it because people's beliefs, and they know when people got a belief, that shit's hard to break. That shit's hard to break. Beliefs are hard to break. You know. But this is what enlightenment comes in, enlightening each other. Light beacons. I mean, there's a reason why they want to put out our light. There's a reason why we are targeted, which, Christians and Bible say the evil doers, evil, Satan, the devil. There's a reason why they want to do it. And simply is to dim our light, take our energy, remove us. And this is why I explain people about the church, why the church is structured in a way to draw away your energy. This is why churches, the energy is directed to the pastor, priest, deacon, whoever that is. People wonder why the deacon's always got the hot girlfriend, or the deacon's always got the fancy cars, the fancy house, while the people coming to the church, you know, are like, and they're the ones giving the money, right? And the pastor's got the good life. Not all everybody, there's very righteous people. I know some of them, you know, um, that are like the most beautifulest souls on the planet. But there is some that ain't beautiful souls. We all have seen the stories. We all seen the stories. But there is, beyond beautiful, righteous people that believe in Christ. We all know that. But I'm not talking about them. You know, the reason why is because the way the church is structured and the way Christians are taught to pray, it is actually a taking of the energy. This is the reason why the courtroom is set up exactly like a church. It is no different. The courtrooms are set up like churches because it's for obeying, directing, commanding, and taking, right? That's just it's there is no difference between a courtroom and a church. Your church of, America, right? Because there is Christians or people that are into the Bible that are like Muslims, you know. Even Jews are like they're like people think Muslim, oh, they pray here, pray multiple times. Oh, think Jewish people do that. There's Christians that actually do that, you know, like whatever you want to call them, but people that pertain to just the Bible. There are people that actually live like that, you know. So yeah. So again, enlightenment and knowledge, which you could say is in the Bible. So if you gain wisdom, knowledge, and enlightenment, you can interpret the Bible in a whole different way because all this is in the Bible. And then you can start to change people's perception of what the Bible is because it's actually just it's totally the wrong way, you know? So it was good, Chris. So yeah, talking about enlightenment and light and energy, frequency, vibration, the keys to the universe. Hold on one second. All right, guys, sorry about that. So, enlightenment, back to what I was saying, enlightenment, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, or waiting, reading the Bible, waiting on Jesus to return. Which one? Which one is helping us out right now? Which one would help us out if we just okay, let's pick up the Bible and read it, and it'll change the world, or realizing what's happened? Because this is how you understand what the Bible is when you actually read the law, which comes from Rome, right? Roman law, canon law, and then you go into those eras, and then you look at the story. I mean, you see where all this is coming from. So when you know this, you say, okay. And then they say, oh, it's God's law, it's this, it's that, it's this, it's that. There's a group of individuals controlling and manipulating something. They say, oh, it's Satan, it's Satan, it's Satan, you know. But um when you realize, these people, you realize that, they realize something. They stole things from other enlightened cultures that harmonize with the realms, right? That harmonize with the nature, the universe, that understood many different things, right? And these people come, oh, this great discoverers, all these names that we got, Cornelius, Plato, all these different, those people way before these people that had all this knowledge. These people are nobodies, you know. There was a system in place in where we're at now that was way more beneficial than this crap that is here now, that came. And we already know what happened, you know? And this is why I get frustrated with, it's not nothing to do with race, but I get frustrated with dark complected people, you know, that embrace this book. I'm like, if you do any, the reason why I could debunk whatever you're saying is because I understand where you come from before you do. Because 99% of everybody I ever talked to that I told them to go look at their grandfather, grandmothers, grandparents, comes back and tell me. And when I tell people there's not one person in Africa that's looking for anybody over here in America, you don't see Africans talking about my great, 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 great. There might be a couple in some pockets because we know there was slave trading going on, but they're not looking for anybody over here. They don't say, yeah, it does not exist. Even in records, it don't exist. What does exist? What we know what the fuck they done, you know? That frustrates me a lot because my own family did that. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm giving you my great great uncle's information and telling you that what he was before. I mean, it goes back before them. Like, how do we come from something that was here solidified in a colony? I even had the last name that they carry on where it came from. That these people down in the Carolinas, right, was given this land. And that's what they were doing. They were like, yeah, shit, flock over here. And they were given land. The last name incorporated all these acres of lands. It's theirs. And my family on my black side carry that name last name. That ain't no God. That is not our last name. That don't come from what our culture. I'm showing you the last name of my great great uncle, which is your great great grandfather, and how he get this last name. And y'all just think that was his last name. Well, I know what happened, and just tell me I'm a Hebrew Israelite. I'm like, oh my God, how could this even be possible? Like I'm showing you where your last name came from. I'm showing you where our people are from. I'm like, what? And you're still living in the Carolinas. In the areas where our family is, and just don't even care. It just blows my mind. It blows my mind. That's just why people, I'll play the game. I'll fiddle and daddle and diddle, but not to say I'm better than anybody. But I already know in the back of my mind where I'm at, and factual facts upon facts upon facts, where you can't even deny it. You're just in denial. We know that these colonizers brought this religion over here. And then my question be like, so what was we into before that shit came? That goes back, I don't even know how far it goes back. You know, so much has been washed, but this is facts. And here, and they come to me with a Bible. Like, you coming to me with a Bible when I know where we come from, when that thing didn't exist. Like, where did you get that? Where you pick that up from? How was we living off the land, you know, understanding nature? This is why it's still in me. The ancestors came back through me, you know? I mean, you can't, that's not even debatable. You can't deny it. It's just ignorance, because you can't deny that. Every single darker complected person I've ever talked to, I already know, because I already know their last name. I'll say their last name, and I could easily go find that information out, and I've done it for people. and their minds are blown. Some people don't care to change, but other people change. They're like, what? It gets you even more angry because you actually know what's going on. That's like somebody coming to your house right now with guns. Get out. Leave your family. What? Your family gonna work for me now. Get your ass out before I put a bullet right between your forehead. You gonna fight to the death. Here's an instruction manual for you never to come back, and here's a new instruction manual for your family. I'm your God now. You know, think about that. And they come to me with a book. They come to me with a book. Really, that's crazy. And then people always go, oh, the oldest Bible was in Ethiopia and all this other stuff. Man, seriously, go look at indigenous Ethiopian cultures. Then your mind really starts going, oh, what? Wait, what? What is this? And they don't lie. There's a reason why they call, colonizers, coloners. They've been doing this for a long time, man. This entity, whatever the fuck it is, has been doing this all the time. And they'll always say, oh, it's the devil. It's Satan. It's Satan. It's the devil. It's, what? These other cultures they don't have this, you know? Where you get this from? Oh, you got this from some people that want you to believe this so they can rule you. Mm. I'm gonna have to have a talk with Just Juice because they get me every day. Spill them. These lids gotta go. They gotta go. Lids be popping off. Sorry, guys. I had to spilled my chaga, my spicy hot chaga. They came. He came to you with the hitching thing. What? Willie? It's funny. So So again, it goes back to what's what's gonna save anything is knowledge of thyself and enlightenment. And that's actually what the book talks about, honestly, you know, because I tell people all the time, I said, damn, when I look at my life and I go back to the Bible, I'm like, yo, shit, I'm walking around this bitch like Jesus. What you doing? You know, I'm trying to warn people. I'm trying to disconnect from the fucking Babylon, all this stuff, you know, trying to be righteous, you know, be more natural as you can. I mean, you know, what are we doing? The same people that come to me with this belief, I look at them like you're not doing anything but just claiming that you believe in it. You're not doing anything. You're not really doing anything. Because according to this belief, if Jesus came back right now, I look at you're not going. You that are walking to me with this book, you ain't going. And I already told you, I'm gonna have a conversation. Me and Jesus having that conversation. You know, we got to talk. What took so long, bruh? I'm gonna tell. I don't even say bruh, but I'm gonna say bruh. What took so long, bruh? You know, you can't. I got questions. I got questions. All right, I was wrong. Why you make it so hard? I learned a lot. You know, why you make it so hard? You know, why did my mom gotta die from this? Why did all these other people have to pass away? Why am I watching all these people suffer? Why all these? Why did you wait to 2024? Like a lot of Christians believe it's 2024. X, which is the 24th letter. There's gonna be eclipse the X over the United States. I mean, it's a lot. You know, it's a lot. These planets are gonna line up. Um, I think when is it? January 27th, 27th. Planets. There's gonna be a planetary alignment. You know, and You know, I mean, it is what it is. And the year is what is the year? I always forget the year. It's the it's what is it? 50. I forgot what year it is in the Hebrew calendar, right? What's it like 50? It equals 24, whatever it is. 57, I don't know, 5784 or some shit, right? I think that's what it is. I'm not sure. I think it's 5784 or some shit. I don't know. But that equals um 24, right? But let me know if we're still live, guys. It's going back to zero again. Let me know if we're you know. So yeah, some people do believe that, this is the year that Jesus makes his return, whatever. Like I said, I got conversations when Jesus come back. I'm like, oh, let me holler at you for a minute. And Jesus should say, I know everything I know about you already. I know what you're thinking. I know, understand, you know? And I've had Chris tell me I'm going straight to hell because I didn't accept and be saved. I'm like, wow. I'm like, you got a beer in your hand ready to go home, man. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, what? What sins are you trying to wash away? And I mean, this is just the rhetoric that is out here, guys. You guys know. I'm just trying to bridge the gap, bridge the gap, because knowledge and enlightenment creates change, and that's not just knowledge. That's knowledge of yourself. You have to get knowledge of yourself first, and only then will you realize your true essence. Because when you have knowledge of yourself, right, you actually become where you lose yourself. You become more giving of yourself. See, people think knowledge of thyself is some selfish stuff. Don't let anybody tell you that. You know, and Christians told me that before. Oh, that knowledge, that self knowledge is Satan. That's like Satan, and you wore. No, man, what are you talking about? That's actually not what it is. There's people that get caught up into this love and light and all about myself and fuck you and vibe higher and all that other stuff. I get that. I see that, and I talk about them people too. I try to say, hey, look, man, I get it. Love and light. All these people with good vibes only. Anybody that says to me, good vibes only, we got a problem, because that can't exist without low vibes also. Nothing is on a high all the time. You can't even get high all the time. That's the reason why they put drugs, alcohol out here, push sex, because they want you to go to these things and chase them knowing that you could never keep them. This whole world is structured off of those principles. You can't keep it. Just like wealth. Why do you think so many fucking wealthy people want more? Why do you think we got psychopaths running amok in the world now? Because they billionaires and trillionaires. Because this the universe, God, creator, Jesus, Buddha, Allah, whatever your creator is telling you, telling your mental that that's not how this realm exists. Because once you acquire something, it'll get old to you. It'll get normal to you. That high of getting in it, yeah, I got it. Yes, I got 1 million. Oh, I got 10 million. Oh, I got no, now I want 100 million. You're never satisfied, because that's just energy. That's how it works. That's why it's called. That's why the keys to the universe are energy, frequency, and vibration. Vibration is what? What is vibration? Yeah, let's get right to it. Let's get right to it. Let's get right to it. Okay. Vibration, a shaking, a brandishing, noun of action from past particles stem of vibrate, which is basically vibrate, right? To set in tremulous motion, to turn, vacillate, tremble, intuitive signal about a person or thing, all right? Now you can go to vibration, right? Hold on, we'll go to vibrate, which is the same. Vibrate, right? To move to and fro, in and out, up and down, as above, so below, as with, as in, as without. Vibration. To turn, to shake, um, to tremble. You know, your body vibrates when you're cold. Why is it doing that? Because it wants to warm it up. I mean, our bodies are vibrating all the time. You know, so that's what a vibration is. You cannot maintain. And if you get the pattern, it's a up and down mode. It's a wave, like a wavelength, you know, to and fro, swing to and fro, right? That's vibrate. So we all know that. Frequency, same thing, right? Energy is a force of expression, right? Active, working, that works. It means something that's moving, right? And then frequency, right? And these are all the etymology of the words. The state of being crowded, right? Fact of occurring often, assembling in great numbers, a crowding, crowd, multitude, throng. See, they hide this from you. There's a reason why they have these fucking stadiums, right? With the football, basketball, hockey, all this baseball, right? They tell you it's a crowd, but actually they're generating a frequency, right? That's what it is, because frequency is a crowd. Frequency is a crowd. Pretty wild, right? They call it a crowd, right? The crowd, the crowd assembled you know, in front of DC. Yeah, it's the wrong fucking crowd, right? Because they didn't understand themselves, right? The crowd, the crowd is roaring. There's a crowd of people. They're just telling you, they're telling you what you are, right? There's a large group of persons, multitude, right? That's a crowd. Active pressing or shoving, right? Excuse me. So crowd, it's crazy that crowd and frequency go together. And then you can understand why they call it a crowd. They're not going to tell you, oh, it's a frequency, oh, it's an energy. A lot of people are a good, powerful energy. They're not going to tell you that. A crowd, they hide all this shit from us. That's why they said, soon as these motherfuckers said, stay 6 feet apart, stay home, wear a mask. I knew what this was all about. Oh, this is deeper than we could even understand. They literally said 6 feet apart, which Mr. Ouchie says now it wasn't based off science. Yeah, motherfucker, we knew that. It's based off of understanding that y'all know to keep each one of us away from each other because we are dangerous. We are dangerous to you guys because if we do crowd together, we create a frequency and we might infect each other with some truth. Y'all remember that when they had them lockdowns? Listen, you can't. I was making tons and tons of videos around that time, and they're actually getting views, right? That channel's long deleted, and then two others after that long deleted. But when this lockdown occurred, right? This lockdown occurred, and I might get deleted, guys. So if you don't see me for a while, it's because this is what YouTube does. They don't want people to know about this stuff. But anyways, when people started saying fuck that, man, we had enough of this. You seen it. I documented it. People started coming out and say we're done with this. That's the problem. People came out. It wasn't white people, wasn't black people, it wasn't Arabic people, it wasn't, Christians, every fucking body started coming together. And I'm like, damn, look at this shit. I'm like, this is interesting. I like this. Everybody started saying, what's going on? Questioning. And what they have, boom, George, they invoked the demonic energy, right? They invoked a demonic entity. This doesn't have nothing to do with this biblical nonsense over here. They invoked a demonic entity, and I just got to use the word demonic because this goes into, you know, this goes into a whole nother understanding. They invoked a demonic spirit, which I ain't gonna say, and use George Floyd. And that just divided us to a whole nother level. That's what happened. You look at the timelines, look before that, this is what happened. People were coming together during this whole lockdown. It was like, wait a minute, something's wrong. And you've seen every walk of life together, questioning, asking. They had to they did what they did best, put the black and white divide out there. And they did it. And look how it was ran. It was a perfect op. It was ran strategically and perfectly. Haven't seen anything like it since. Yeah, they had a couple other ones here, but it fizzled. It's gone. Fizzled away. People realized what that was. You know, Black Lives Matter. See, people think Black Lives Matter pertains to black people, but not realizing they're talking about magic and sorcery. They're talking about black matter. That's what they're talking about. I've been out at these protests. I was there. I witnessed what was going on at these protests. I seen the sage. I seen the rituals. I seen the black and white divide. I seen how they manipulated people. I seen the eyes dilated in the police officers. I've seen people spitting in police officers' face and the police officers stand there. I've seen the police do absolutely nothing, not because of all, it's because they were under a spell. I watched these people under a spell. These people approach me, and I understand when there's a spell around, you face directly and you speak from your heart, right? And when you do that, you'll see that motherfucker, that demon runs. It runs. It runs. When they feel that light, it runs. This shit is real. This shit is real. I've had people come up. I did the shit live streaming. You guys remember when I was surrounded at the mayor's house? And like they know I don't belong there. How is there every walk of life there, every race? But the minute I walk up on the scene, they can feel the energy. And I already knew it. My whole goal was to tell them what the fuck I wanted to tell them, to disrupt that spirit. And the minute I disrupted that spirit, the whole energy changed. The actual, the actual, uh, the actual energy that needed to be pushed out was pushed out. All right, and I did it all live at the mayor's house. I knew it was all staged. But then they surrounded me and shit. I already know they ain't gonna do nothing. I mean, the cops are at every corner there. It's all being watched. I've seen the people sitting on the chair. These are the little, I already know what was going on. But I was like, they were dancing and having a good time after I just visited a shooting, two shootings, two dead, and it was like another stabbing. I was documenting that shit. And that's when I heard over the police radio something going on by the mayor's house. And I leaked my ass over there, you know? And when I did that, when they surrounded me, and I was like, yeah, I hear y'all. I get what y'all saying. Yeah, yeah. And I told them, I looked at them all directly, and I said, yeah, yeah, Black Lives Matter. I said, mm-hmm. And they was feeling it, hearing the energy. And I said, but all lives matter. They all immediately, that spirit in them went, oh, ah, oh, yeah, no, no, no. They started going fucking berserk and crazy, you know? And I can't talk to you, though. And I was actually getting into the one girl, getting into her. Because I'm like, yo, I got the same fuck. Yeah, I get it. I get what y'all talking about. But I say all lives matter. Don't look around. Ain't it's only a couple of y'all. I see all white faces, and this ain't nothing to do with race. It's just what is. I say, you see this? It's all white faces around you. I said, look at the. It's 2080. I said, doesn't that tell you all lives matter? Oh God, they went berserk and saying it crazy. And guess what, guys? I stayed there, documented all the shit, and guess what started happening? Real people started coming up. Real black folks that are the same color of the couple of them that are out there, telling them to get the fuck out the road. I gotta get home. My grandmother needs their medicine. Move out the street. One lady almost ran the motherfuckers over. And then some people from in the hood over on Avenue D, they came. They was about. They. I thought they almost hit somebody, but they wouldn't even let them through. They got a car. They said, "Okay, yeah, we're gonna be back." You started to see that the whole shit started. The whole energy changed. This, all to the now the real we see what y'all doing. The spell ain't cast upon us and these people that started coming over there. So that whole story I just told y'all was about this energy, right? Frequency, vibration. That this whole thing, this whole shit show that we're is all it's all spiritual, guys. You know, it's all spiritual, and yeah, exactly. They were pushing it big because they needed us divided because they. What better way to divide people more when that's what when they were pushing their crap, they needed to divide us more because they knew what they were going to run, so they needed us divided, and they did a great job of it because after that the whole man, it was wild, guys. It was right back to square one. you know they did a good ass job, man. It was crazy because I was out there when these protests started coming, not the BLM but the lockdown protests. Like people started coming out. I was out there. I was in Texas. That's where a lot of the shit started. You know, and to see black, white, Hispanic, Mexican, Arabs, you know, people from like other countries like Russia or whatever, Asians were coming out. Everybody was questioning this shit. Like, yo, what? Like, what the fuck's going on? And I'm literally talking to nurses who were saving people. And then when their shift was over, they'd be gone. But they were like, what? Well, they were improving. They were crying. Man, it was a lot of shit going on, guys. I'm not going to go into all that, but there was a lot of shit going on, you know. But man, they needed that, man. And that goes to show you how wicked these people are. And then I have the people with oh, it's biblical. The plague. This ain't no fucking plague, man. This is man-made shit that they're doing. Man is doing this. It's some evil motherfuckers who don't know themselves that are doing this shit. They are outside lookers. They believe on the outside. They don't believe on the inside. They don't. And that's why knowing yourself is important. Because when you understand how powerful and beautiful you truly are, only everything that comes out of you is a positive thing. You're not your next person is like a brother or a sister to you. You know, you may have more understandings than an older person, but you know that person is older and you respect them because they are an elder, not because of, you know, they know they, a person that doesn't know themselves that is older thinks because they're older, they have more knowledge than you. That is just totally wrong. But you respect your elders, you know, and the youth, you teach the youth, and you also learn from the youth. There's people that won't listen to somebody younger than them because they're younger than them. That's also wrong. And this is about knowing yourself. And then knowing that once you do, you realize you don't know anything at all. And this is where Even the book talks about, you become evangelical, right? Evangelist. You become spread professing the word. You want to tell people, you want to communicate, you know? And this is why stay 6 feet apart, wear a mask, stay in the house. Can't This is why. Because we're energy beings. We can infect each other. We can infect each other. That's why we are a disease. There is a plague, right? And we are it. And this is why they want us to take what they're offering, because that is to get in there and take that from you. That's the real antichrist, guys. I mean, this why is we've been really going into that deeply. This is the real antichrist, is making you lack the ability to connect to your higher being and get you into further their transhumanism connection, which ties into computers, AI, and all this other shit. Now your ass ain't going back to the source. You ain't going to your Jesus. You're not going to your heaven. Your ass trapped in a motherfucking computer, in the quantum computer. They're really trying this shit. I don't know if they know how to do this shit or not, but can you imagine that? And this is what the Bible talks about: hell, everlasting hell. You know, and it's these people saying it's not me. Make you think it's good. Oh, you can live forever, man. No, you can be tormented forever. You can't go back to the creation. What? You'll be locked in a quantum type. I mean, I don't even know. And it's another thing. And this is just a concept. You know, could we be going back to where we started? Because if you look at this world, people call it a simulation. Look at your body; it's a machine, but it's a different type of machine. It's made out of different materials, different, technology. Look at nature; it's different technologies. Could we be transformed to a whole different technology? And this technology is this computer type technology, a new world, where when people die, instead of going back to the source and reincarnate, whatever we believe in, reincarnating as something else, going back, you know, I mean, people have witnessed, the light, the tunnel, the light, and you understand the moon and the sun, what energies they put out. The sun draws energy. I mean, the moon withdraws energy and sends energy outward, right? Because it's all electromagnetic, and to the sun, and the sun beams back to Earth. The Trinity, the true Trinity. You die, boom, your soul gets pulled up to the sun, I mean, to the moon, and then the moon trajects you over to the sun, and then the sun trajects you right back to this plane of existence. That's a concept that I'm pretty leaning towards that might be a possibility. I don't know. When you look at, things inside and outside of science, you look at nature with the moon, how the moon interacts, you look how the sun interacts, you're like, well, damn. And this is why, at one point the moon was masculine and the sun was feminine. All right. You could look that up. That's why when I get into the astrology and I go back, I say, hey, wait a minute. One point it was the opposite. So which astrology are you doing? And then we get in the whole argument like religion. You know, I'm just telling you what is out here. Like what this is just I'm not giving you nothing that's for me. It's just what out here. I'm just questioning certain things. And that's what it is. We're all questioning things. So you have the Trinity, the triangle. Why is the triangle so prevalent in our society? Well, it's a principle that these people know about. The pyramids, as above, so below. They just recreating what's above, so below. They understand the life. This is why they would be bury themselves. They would keep the knowledge, bury themselves in a tomb. Some of these, you got to understand, what does a tomb do? It blocks you from this existence. No sound, no light. There's therapy. People do therapy like that. It scares the shit out of me. I'd freak the fuck out. And that's when you really meet who you truly are. Total darkness and no sound. I think about it, I just get anxiety. Some people actually do this shit. Do you remember Michael Jackson when you say, he was sleeping in a coffin? Soundproof, baby, and total darkness. These people know something we don't know. You know, Marilyn Manson sleep in a fucking coffin. You know, you think, oh, it's crazy, it's sick. You gotta understand, we've been told certain things are certain things to stay away from them. Who knows what some of these people do? You know, but hey, I've watched YouTube videos of people doing total darkness and no sound, and they say they've done all kinds of fucking hallucinogenics. They said there's nothing that compares to that. And it makes sense. Think about that shit. You go somewhere where there's no light, which just your whole reality. And the guy was explaining, like, your whole reality lights up. It says you're actually not in darkness and you actually have sound. And I'm like, damn, that's fucking pretty amazing. And then you look at all these new technologies they're coming out with, putting this shit on your fucking head. Well, technically you're in darkness, but they're lighting up your reality. Now they got these new earbuds that I won't fuck with that can cancel your outside sound of the world out, where you can't hear shit but whatever's being going into your ears. Think about that. Think about that shit, you know? Think about soul trapping. I mean, they're already taking your hearing and sight. Motherfuckers might be able to take your soul, your spirit. I don't fucking know, but I'm just saying where this technology is going. You know, it may sound crazy, it may sound wild, but I'm just saying, think about some of this shit. You know, but yeah, I mean, I honestly, like, that scares me. If there was a place, hey, this is a business idea for somebody. People are looking for all new health shit, all these different shit. Open your ass up a total darkness and silence business. Somewhere you're gonna have clients. Say, half hour a day. This is a business. I done gave y'all mad businesses many times over on here that y'all could just go do. That's one of them right there. People, it's new. People will be curious. People are in all kind of new shit. They're like, wow, soundproof, light proof. I don't know what kind of permits you need from that shit, but hey, have an emergency button inside. You can push it if you can't handle it, you know? You know. But but yeah. Uh if Yeah, so think about that. And like I said, I've done, total darkness with sound, you know, that's just tough. And you know, if you go total no sound, that ring the guy on the YouTube video, he said, once you get over the ring, he said, you're fine. He said this guy said it took him about 5 times before he could actually do it, because you're with yourself. You are with yourself totally. You're isolated from everything in this reality. You can't see anything in this reality and you can't hear anything. So you're totally with you. And he said it's the most, and I mean, it's amazing the stories that he's got of play of ash. You talk about astro, you're awake. He said when you fall asleep, you start to not realize if you're asleep or awake. He says it's crazy. And I'm like, man, I would love to try it, but it's just the thought of it scares the shit out of me. Like a total, just being in total darkness. You know, I freak out when I get into like a fucking elevator. You know, let alone the lights out. I mean, that's crazy, you know. But like I said, man, it's gonna become popular one day. I'm telling you, it will, and people are gonna, go to different realms of their mind and get understanding. Because this dude he's really sharp, man. He's dope, and I don't know if he still makes YouTube videos. I gotta check. I gotta find him. But yeah, man. And that goes into the whole thing with energy, frequency, vibration, light. And this is all okay. Let me that for the people that stumble here from the Bible. All right. This is not this hey, okay. John 8:12. Again, Jesus spoke to them, saying, I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will not walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. See, when I run this across Christians, they don't understand where I'm coming from. When I talk about all this stuff to do with light, energy, frequency, vibration, I'm a Satanist, I'm crazy, I'm this, I'm that, I'm evil, devil, this and that, or in a nice way. Well, you don't follow the word. But then when I start bringing this up, now it gets quiet, and I have yet to hear one answer. I say, what does it mean when it says, I am the light of the world? Whoever follows me not walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. They just, they'll tell me like, oh, it just means, you know, that you have accepted Jesus and now Jesus will always be with you. That ain't what that means, man. And then I'll read the next one because I got notes. I got an entire Bible of just straight notes of I could just pull up my whatever I'm talking about, boom, and there's the Bible quotes. Matthew 6:22. The eye is the lamp of the body. So if your eye is healthy, your whole body will be full of light. Because after they tell me that about John 8:12, I just simply come back with, well, what does this mean? The eye is the lamp of the body. So if your eye is healthy, your whole body will be full of light. And this is a principle I know outside the Bible. You know, this is a part about being enlightened, right? It doesn't say the eyes, so they're not talking about your eyeballs. What eye are they talking about? If the eye is evil, oh, the Illuminati, the eye is evil, but it's in the Bible, guys. Oh, the Illuminati eye and it's emitting light. Oh, it's evil. Stay away from it. It's the devil. It's Satan. When you see the eye, run. The eye is the lamp of the body. What the fuck is y'all talking about? So if your eye is healthy, your whole body will be full of light. Why is there an eye and then a pyramid? Duh. They're telling you right there in the Bible. The eye is the lamp of the body. What is a lamp? It's a light. What is lamps? Back in these times, what were these lamps lit with? Oil. Whoa, now we get into the anointed. What is anointed? Oil. Oil fuels light. Well, unfortunately, we have been poisoned, right? Dumbed down, where our ass ain't screaming no oil, right? To light the lamp of the body. So we ain't full of light, you know? See, this is the type of shit that I like to talk to Christians about. Because then you start to understand a whole lot more. And this is in there. I mean, this is what it is. It's in there. It says the eye. They ain't talking about what eye are we talking about. I know. And when I talk to people about this, they're like, oh yeah, that's like oh, okay. Now you can understand why they use the eye. Is it evil? No, they're telling you something. Oh, the Masons, they use the eye symbol, it's evil, it's all this evil. And Masons aren't evil. It's this faction hides themselves in this that are evil. All right? It just is what it is. People are like, oh, it's because this. I know what they do with that rich man. No, you don't know what they do. You don't even know what the shit means. Oh. Shout out to Just Juice. Man, that is good. Shout out to Just Juice. Hold on 1 second. One second. 1 second, guys. Hold on 1 second, guys. All right, I'm good. Good math, Ticon, Deanne, rap samples. Yeah, we know what they're talking about. Tried the AirPods before when I put the models, make them out beeping up to the model. Yeah, don't. I try to stay away from them shits. My phone is hot. Let me stick that phone off. Leave on there. Shit. Stick my phone out the window for a second. But again, shout out to all you guys. This. So again, guys, oh man, what the fuck? Sorry about that. I just hung my damn phone up. So again, shout out to all you guys. But like I said, going back, I know I go all over the place, but what's gonna save us? Sorry, all that screeching is my window. There's like salt got down in my window and just made it all kind of messed up, making a noise. But it is what it is. Um, what's gonna save us? Knowledge of self and enlightenment, or Jesus in the Bible? I mean, Jesus in the Bible ain't saved us yet, so that track record ain't too good. But more people waking up and gaining more knowledge is actually showing us what is what. I mean, it just is what it is. How come, people wake up and you see all this new stuff of people awakening, this new knowledge, you do insights on many different things. Ain't nothing about the goddamn Bible. I'm just saying, people are awakening, you know, and you got these Trump type people and all this other political people like, oh, we're awakening. That's not awakening. I'm sorry, but you're not waking up. That's not a part of awakening. Being in the political spectrum, that Great Awakening tour, Donald Trump touring, and all that stuff, and all that. That's not awake. That's not nobody waking the fuck up. Because if you were waking the fuck up, you wouldn't be doing any of that. You'd be like, listen, shit gotta change. When they have these board meetings and these council meetings, and the council meeting goes, okay, the board motions to, they say motions to something every time. Them motherfuckers are doing legal shit right there in front of you, and everybody's just there talking, and no one has any paper to make them do anything otherwise. No one has anything challenging whatever motion that they put in to have that meeting. They call it a meeting, right? Let me hip y'all to something right quick. Because these political people drive me fucking crazy, man. And it's not a bad, negative crazy. It's like seriously crazy. Like, it doesn't make me mad. It makes me think, like, come on, wake up. Wake up, right? Hold on. Because I don't go to these shits, but I guarantee you they're saying the words motion in there. Some point in time, they're gonna say we motion or we some type of legal jargon in there they're doing. Hold on. Pull this up real quick and read this for you. Come on, come on, come on. Pull up, pull up. All right. What is a motion? An occasional application to a court by the parties or their counsel in order to obtain some rule or order which becomes necessary either in the progress of a cause or similarity and wholly unconnected with plenary proceedings. All right. Boom. A motion is a written application for an order addressed to the court or to a judge invocation by any party to a suit or proceeding by one interested therein. Think about this stuff, and they say these at these meetings that the meetings that they want the people to go, right? And they tell you to come voice. They tell you to come voice. Give that. Let your voices be heard. Voice your opinions. Voice, voice, voice. They don't never tell you to come there bringing no fucking paperwork. Why? Because that'll stop what the fuck they're doing. It's simple. Nobody challenges them. 100 people can have the greatest. You can catch them up like they're doing in shout out to Erie County. They're auditing Erie County, where these motherfuckers are. He documented the corruption, but because they're telling them what they're doing. They're showing them. They got the videos of these motherfuckers, but they just keep on moseying along. They don't care. Why? Because nobody has any paperwork in there. Not one person has challenged them legally to anything. That's where it starts at. They're holding a actual public court in a sense. The public needs to have a petition forcing it up their ass, not even a demand on paper. Then you got to go to court in front of a judge. All these people, whatever the fuck they're doing. I don't understand how people aren't understanding that. You know, these people are actually doing this right in front of you. There's a board meeting, a council where there's a proposal on this and on that, on the proposed budget on that, and nobody's challenging it. That's why they get away with it every fucking time. And again, what's more important, Jesus and the Bible or enlightenment and knowledge? And yes, you can be into the Bible and be enlightened and have knowledge. You know, it's not even debatable. All right, guys, sorry about that. Got a phone call. Throws off the audio. So yeah, man, it's a lot. We'll continue this discussion, but like I said, man, knowing yourself, you'll realize outside of you is all you. You treat others with respect. You want to help other people. Nature, you realize how beautiful nature is you don't want to harm a single bug, except for mosquitoes. I'll fuck a mosquito up beyond recognition. Every time I see a mosquito, it's death time. Like I go to getting real. Like I want to do the most heinous thing to a mosquito. I love the mosquito zappers. Tap tap. That's fun to me. Pop pop. The mosquitoes, because I think them Bill Gates kids. I don't want shit to do with Bill Gates kids. Kill them motherfuckers on sight. We don't know what they got in them damn things. They already came out and told us that they genetically modify them bitches and release them, and we already know we don't trust motherfucking Bill Gates. Them bitches got to go. Anytime I see a mosquito, they're dead. Anything else, I try to save it. A fly, a bee, any kind of bug. I'll put it outside. A spider. I don't bother anything. An ant. I don't bother anything. Ants just ain't doing shit but cleaning up. You know. I ain't got to worry about roaches. That was a kid thing. You know. Ants ain't doing shit but cleaning up. You know. That's all they doing. Leave an ant alone. Guess what they do? They after they done cleaning up, they automatically leave. I don't know anybody. I used to kill ants, have rat traps, all that shit. Not rat trap, ant traps, all that shit. Because ants just innately get. But they come in the warm season, they just clean up, and then they just magically, when you realize that, they just leave. You know, they'll just leave unless you're just dirty as fuck. Then they're always coming around. But they just come in and they just seeing if up here northeast there any food around, and then they out. They gone. They'll leave. You know. Ants are cool, man. They just coming to clean up after us. That's all they doing. They ain't bothering nobody. You know. That's right. Ant lives matter. That's right. Don't kill ants, man. You know. You get an ant in your house, let them be. You'll see they'll go. You know. They'll go. Now I don't know if you got like a whole fucking train of ants coming in, then that's a different story. You know. Just pour some salt down or whatever, and they'll bounce. Just don't kill them, but they'll go. They'll get the picture. They'll go. Unless you got some kind of dirty shit going on and infesting shit. That's different. Nature's showing you, bitch, clean the fuck up after your nasty ass. That's all nature's telling you to do. So you see one, two ants here and there, a fly come in, shoo it out the window, you know. But spiders are dope. I'm scared of spiders. I ain't gonna kill them, but I'm scared of them. I've been in Texas. There's some big spiders in Texas. Woo, South Texas. It's different spiders down there. See, people don't realize when I say Texas, oh yeah, Texas. No, I'm talking on the Eric Thompson border. Shout out to Eric Thompson. I'm talking about down in McAllen, South Pot. There's some different type of animals down there. Because if you look at the map, and if you go west, you're damn near in the middle of Mexico. So it's different down there. So they got different creatures down there. I'm talking, people like, oh, you ever seen the roaches in Florida? No, but I've seen the ones in South Texas, and they're 100 times bigger than the ones in Florida. I'm talking them shits like birds. And the spiders, them shits are huge. And the spider webs are like, you could they damn near catch you in this big ass spider webs. Like you feel them spider webs, they're big. And it's weird. Like I had the one spider in front of the house that would spin his web every day. Shoop, 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 shoop. One day, when I first discovered, I was walk right in it. My son was like, Dad, look, don't walk there. There's a big ass spider. And I'm like, holy shit. I would have walked right through it and freaked out. But this spider was at least 4 inches. It was huge and the web was crazy. But I would just leave it, watch it spin its web every day. Then in the morning, the shit be gone. I'm like, damn, they're just catching their food. But man, them spiders are huge, massively big, you know. But yeah, just don't kill them, you know. And that's what happens when you realize, you know, you become more human. You be more compassion. If you got compassion for animals and bugs, you got compassion for other humans. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. So yeah, man. But that's all I got for now. I gotta get up off here, man. Much love to you guys, and stay warm. It's cold, and it'll warm up next week. But much love to y'all. Shout out to all my Christians if they come over here. Look, man, I'm just asking questions. Like these old beliefs with this understanding. Just bring your mind, elevate above. You know, don't let a book keep you down from furthering your spiritual journey. And you got to think outside the book. Don't hold it as all. I mean, you got to look at it. If you're in the book, are you living like the book? If not, okay, I'm not living like this book, but I try. I go to church. I pray. I do this. And that's not enough. Stop. That ain't enough. That ain't never been enough. Look at the state of everything outside of you. What is wrong? Look in the mirror. You have not changed yourself to change anybody around you, right? And it's okay to have fun and all this other stuff, and I get that. But when people realize what's happening, these psychopaths would have never been able to do what they did in 2020 because people have been like, no, fuck that. But no, Christians, let them they literally propagated shutting down your churches. Sorry, but they did. They didn't shut down my church because I don't have one. My church is within. So they literally shut down your church and showed you that God don't fucking matter. Jesus don't matter. It ain't on any government building in this nation. So they're telling you already that Jesus don't matter. So people are dying, but Jesus don't matter. Oh, people are getting married, and not you're not getting married now. You ain't gathering. It's 6 feet apart, bitch. Stay in the house, wear a diaper. You can't even show your face. Motherfuckers are getting married with masks, guys. That's what they did to you. So no, your Bible ain't saving you, and neither is Jesus. So when you realize that, then the outside will change. And no, an orange Muppet ain't gonna save you either. No, Donald Trump ain't saving you. He's gonna actually make everything 100% worse. Not because I don't like Donald Trump or believe in this or believe in that and think this and think that and I'm this and I'm a Democrat and I'm this and I'm that. I ain't none of that shit. I'm not into that. He is the guy that's going to be the next Hitler. All right. He is going to seal that border. You guys are like, close the border. Don't. I'm seeing people posting, go back. Don't. We're full. We're full. Bitch, have y'all drove the fuck around? Have y'all traveled if y'all traveled 10 minutes outside your city, there's room for everybody. There's more room than you could ever dream of. If your ass would get off your ass and realize these big ass corporations owns half the fucking land to feed you goddamn fucking cow feed, corn and shit. And all the land they do got is all stolen. Like, what is wrong with people? Like, how? I don't understand the logic, you know? Americans ain't working. Who else gonna keep this bitch running? Because Americans ain't fucking working. In case y'all haven't realized that shit, Americans are lazy, have issues, have too much drama, worried about everybody else, want to fuck each other over, want to tell on each other, want to, or just are just incompatible with each other by design because we're a narcissistic nation, and the people that unfortunately are brought up in this narcissistic nation become narcissists and only care about themselves. So, by that being said and stated, change the ways, man. Change the ways. Change the ways. People, because when Donald Trump seals that border, that means it's a less places for you to escape out of, and they want military on the border because they don't want Americans leaving this bitch. They ain't stupid. Mexico is on the Belt and Road. You know, they on the Belt and Road. They're with the Belt and Road Initiative, guys. That's gonna be a thriving nation. When you start seeing that peso get near $10, it's time to book. It's time to get to getting for real. So on that note, guys, much love to you guys. But Jesus and Trump ain't saying nothing, and I'll talk to y'all later.